Welcome to the Lauren Blackwell channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Target and how they are backtracking on their DEI initiatives. So, quick summary. After the George Floyd incident in 2020, Target decided to join the DEI initiative by making more efforts to be more diverse, equitable, and inclusive in their work. And they also boosted their philanthropic acts. They donate hundreds of millions of dollars annually to different organizations, either in forms of money or products, okay? And they have a department, a DEI department that reports to whichever arm of the government was set up for that. However, recently we've heard that the White House made a statement that says billions of dollars are spent annually on DEI, but rather than reducing bias and promoting inclusion, DEI creates and then amplifies prejudicial hostility and exacerbates interpersonal conflict. So the White House encouraged companies to end the DEI programs. And when I say encourage, I mean they strongly encouraged, okay? There are some groups and organizations that believe that DEI should be ended, and they are going around contacting companies and enforcing their whatever rules that they have set up to make the companies end their DEI program. So it's not just based off of these statements that companies are acting on. These companies, especially the publicly traded ones, are meeting after they have received notice from these organizations that are set up to contact them and tell them to end their DEI programs, or at least to consider ending the DEI initiatives. And the companies, the publicly traded companies that are being contacted by these organizations are then taking a vote, or they're making decisions as to whether or not they will end their DEI initiatives. A spokesperson for Target once talked about their philanthropic work by saying that it was a key way that Target engages with communities in their hometown of Minneapolis and in communities surrounding their stores or in the countries where their supply chain exists. So Target has prided itself in a lot of philanthropic work. So everyone was shocked when they ended their DEI initiatives, and it did not seem as though they were forced to end it. They just sort of ended it as soon as the idea was proposed. And a lot of people did not take that lightly. There's a lot of boycotting happening. There's so many brands that have decided to no longer work with Target as far as their philanthropy goes. One of it is an LGBT group called Twin Cities Pride, and they said that their mission no longer aligns with some of their sponsors, and I'm guessing one of those sponsors is Target. So they no longer are working as closely with Target as they used to. Target used to donate a significant amount of money to this organization, and it usually donates about $50,000 annually, I believe. And since this organization, the Twin Cities Pride, are no longer working with Target, they still have been able to get other sponsors to step in and make those donations. So they really do not need Target anymore. And Target is also trying to step back from promoting Pride merchandise or Pride Month or anything LGBT related, just as it is trying to pull away from DEI initiatives. Because of the backlash that Target has received and the negative publicity, their stock dropped by a lot, about 21% within a short period of time. Of course, their shareholders are not happy about it. They're very vocal about it. And some of them are actually suing Target. They filed a lawsuit against Target because of how negatively the backlash that Target is receiving has affected their stocks. Now, I was not aware that one could sue a company that you are invested in for your investments doing poorly. This is a novel idea to me because when you invest, you have the knowledge that you could lose everything, all of your investment. It is not a savings account that is insured by the FDIC, but apparently these people are able to sue. One of the organizations that is suing Target is the Riviera Beach Police Pension Fund. It is a class action lawsuit. It is from their shareholders. Basically, the lawsuit is stating that the shareholders feel as though the retailer Target defrauded them into paying high prices for its stock prices, and that Target failed to disclose that they intended to use their funds to further Target's political and social goals. In addition to the lawsuit, there are some brands that are pulling their products off of Target's shelves. There's a black-owned brand called Oh Happy Danny. They sell art supplies, I think calendars and other school supplies at Target, and they're pulling their products off of Target shelves because I guess their goals no longer align with the goals of Target as a philanthropic group that promotes diversity, equity, and inclusion. The Oh Happy Danny brand, they are very big on activism and promoting a freer environment for everyone to express themselves, etc. So that makes sense that they will be pulling their brands. Had they not pulled their brands, initially when Target backtracked on their DEI initiatives, Target probably would have pulled their brands off anyway because they were ending their relationships with a lot of entrepreneurs that they previously worked with. So here's what I think. I have the sense that I think that Target and many other companies that are ending their DEI initiatives jumped on this opportunity to end their DEI initiatives because they have been wanting to take a step back from the political scene for a while now. I've been getting the sense, just like Coinbase did, where they try to no longer be as political with their work, their business as they used to be. They did this a few years ago. They took a step back. I think Target is trying to do the same with their open support of the LGBT community, minority entrepreneurs and companies as small business owners, and their DEI initiatives in general. They are trying to pull away from the political scene. And I think that someone at Target made this decision to use the opportunity of ending the DEI initiatives that the White House proposed, and they jumped on it and they ended their DEI initiatives. But they did it so abruptly and so quickly after it was proposed that a lot of people began to wonder if Target was being genuine in their philanthropic work all of these years. Here's the thing about philanthropy. Philanthropy is a good thing. It helps a lot of people. It helps a lot of groups. There's so many groups and organizations that cannot stand without their sponsors and without help or assistance from the companies that support them. However, it is not a one-way street. The companies that do philanthropic work are very vocal about their work, and it puts that company in a particular mind frame in their customers' minds where they have a certain respect for that company. They're more likely to think positively about that company, and of course they're more likely to go shop at that company. Everybody wants to shop at a company that supports them. Nobody wants to shop at a company that blatantly tells you, well, we no longer care about your group and your struggles. And that is how people are taking Target ending their DEI initiatives, which is why a lot of people had this negative reaction. People are still trying to boycott Target, even though they're back on the DEI initiatives. People are still planning to boycott Target because they no longer believe that Target cares about people. They now believe that Target's philanthropic work all of these years, despite all of the hundreds of millions of dollars that they've donated in cash and products and services, they believe that it was done in a selfish way for Target to somehow promote itself as a more positive company and organization than it actually is. And you cannot blame people for thinking that, because even though the group that I mentioned earlier may have contacted Target and Target's shareholders may have voted in favor of this, or maybe their managers, I'm not sure how the process went in Target, they may have voted to end the DI initiatives. People don't see it that way. People don't think that deeply into how or why Target ended their DI initiatives. They're not thinking, well, Target is sometimes in a difficult position because if they're being too political, it can affect one group and not the other, and it can affect their revenue. People aren't thinking that. All they're thinking about is Target used to support my group. Now they've decided not to support my group, so I'm going to boycott it. And it's really sad the way they went about this. I don't think that Target handled this correctly at all. I do not think that they should have been so drastic in the way that they did this. And personally, I am not sure why companies are ending their DI initiatives in the first place. There is nothing wrong with diversity. There's more to diversity than just people's ethnic groups. There's diversity of thoughts, there's diversity of expression, and all of this is what brings a company together and help them create their unique products or their own unique impressions on the world. So I'm not sure why so many people are so much against diversity. I don't get it. But anyway, yeah, this is what's happening. I don't know how Target is going to proceed from this. Are they going to begin supporting Pride LGBT groups again? Are they going to contact the same companies whose products they pulled off their shelves and try to reconnect with them? Or are they going to take a different route and go about the DEI initiatives in a different, maybe less conspicuous way? I'm not sure how they plan to do this, but we shall see. That's all I have on this. Thank you guys for watching. See you in my next one. Bye.